If you're in AI, pivot to crypto. If you're in crypto, pivot to AI. But more and more what I'm seeing is the lines will get blurred. You need both. Like, you don't have to be in crypto or be in AI. Building both together is the right mesh. Like, build AI agents that use crypto. That will be the future, and I'm excited to be building in this space. Space and time is the blockchain for ZK-proven data. And all that means is it's this big database holding all the data from every major chain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, ZK Sync, Era, and so many more. This massive database holding every block, every transaction, every smart contract event, and allowing us to ZK prove data back to smart contracts or AI agents that need that data. It's a lot of like big databases in crypto. There's Dune, there's the Graph, there's a lot of teams building something, but none are building a ZK proven, cryptographically tamper-proof way to provide blockchain data to clients. That's what we've built. Our background is looking at smart contracts in like 2020, 2021, and we were kind of surprised that like smart contracts have no access to data even on their own chain. Smart contract can't ask a question as simple as show me the total volume of Scott's wallet's transactions. A question that simple can't be answered with smart contracts without a tool like space and time. And of course, we love Chainlink so much, and the reason we're here at SmartCon is because Chainlink also provides data to smart contracts. Chainlink isn't a big database, but it does provide data to smart contracts like price feeds. So we're kind of partnered up with them to make smart contracts smarter.
Could you tell us a bit about your background as well? What were you doing before space and time, and how did you discover crypto?
Yeah, I spent about a decade at a publicly traded company building big data warehouses for the Fortune 500, those like petabyte scale data warehouses that power all the big businesses that we interact with every day. And it's really nice to be working in a decentralized kind of environment where we're not taking all of the internet's data and hiding it in big data warehouses in the cloud that are big black boxes that no one gets to know what's happening with their data. The promise of blockchain and crypto in general is self-custody, not just self-custody of your assets, but also self-custody of your data and like who you lend it out to and what people can and can't do with it. And my co-founder and I were just trading crypto. You know, we loved Bitcoin, loved Ethereum, but didn't really understand smart contracts until COVID hit, and I had plenty of time to actually look more at the tech. And I was just fascinated by this idea of the blockchain is really just a tamper-proof database. That's all it is. It's just a big database of transactions that's tamper-proof because a bunch of servers around the world are coming to consensus and agreeing on the state of a table in that database, the ledger that is Bitcoin or Ethereum or ZK Sync.
So we're here at SmartCon. You talked about the partnership with Chainlink. Can you tell us more about what brings you to this event and what are you aiming to achieve this week?
Yeah. So we started looking at Chainlink in, I think, 2021, right? Back to this idea that smart contracts don't have access to data. They can't ask questions about activity on Ethereum. They can't ask what's the average price of, ZK Sync token right now without oracles. So naturally, Chainlink was sort of the first project we looked at. Coming from a background of building big databases, we thought, well, where's the data in crypto? Where are the solutions to make smart contracts smarter to provide data? Of course, Chainlink at the time was the solution, still is, the most prominent and really most trusted network to do that. So we were looking at Chainlink and thinking, okay, this is interesting. A bunch of nodes next to Ethereum that grab aggregated price feeds, average prices of a bunch of tokens, and come to consensus and sign that and deliver it to smart contracts. So now smart contracts can ask questions like, what's the average price of ZK Sync token right now? And so we thought Chainlink was a really interesting design, this kind of trust minimized network of nodes. So we partnered up with Chainlink very hard, very closely in the early days. We kind of partnered up with Chainlink. They were one of our early kind of backers, and they kind of helped push our project forward, and we delivered data through Chainlink as kind of an intermediate step between smart contracts that need data and the space and time network that has the 100 terabytes of chain data from every major chain.
100 terabytes, is it really that much?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Every chain is like 2 to 5 terabytes each, So when you have a lot of chains, it becomes like 100 terabytes pretty quickly. Ethereum's like 2 terabytes, Polygon's like 5, 6, 7 terabytes, etc.
Oh, how come Polygon is more than Ethereum?
Block time's really fast. A lot of blocks.
Right.
A lot of blocks means a lot of data. And there's a lot of very fast moving DeFi on chains like Base, Era, Polygon, Solana, right? And Ethereum's block time is slow, so not as much data can be produced.
Okay, so let's dive into SXT chain. Could you explain what it is and what problems you're solving with SXT chain?
Yeah, SXT chain is space and time. It's the blockchain for ZK proven data. Well, what the chain does is it captures or collects data from other blockchains, popular chains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, ZK Sync, Polygon, you name it. Collects the latest block, preps it, secures it, and stores it. So now we have this decentralized database. Really, each validator in the SXT chain is a database, and the nodes in the space and time chain are coming to consensus that they all agree on the data they collected from Ethereum, the data they collected from Bitcoin. They all come to consensus that they grab the same data and they store it. And the reason for that is then clients, either smart contracts on Ethereum or AI agents that are trying to transact on Ethereum, any client that needs that data can then just ask our chain, hey, give me a SQL query result, like run some SQL, grab some data, and return it to me, but prove to me that you didn't tamper with the data. Prove you didn't lie about the data. Prove you didn't manipulate or change some of it. Like, hey, what's the total volume of transaction that Scott's wallet has already executed on chain? What's the total volume of loans that my wallet has paid off? Prove that, give me the answer, but prove that you're not lying about the answer. That's what the SXT chain does, is it proves that the data it's returning to clients has not been tampered.
To understand this a bit more, I'll give you an example. Maybe when being qualified for an airdrop, is your
Perfect
services?
Example.
Yeah?
Perfect example.
Nice.
I'm going to claim my airdrop, and the airdrop smart contract could ask space and time, has Scott's wallet completed some certain activities on chain that make me eligible for the airdrop? Maybe I need to deposit some TVL into a DeFi protocol, and that makes me eligible for the airdrop. Well, the smart contract could ask space and time, has Scott deposited that money into that DeFi protocol to make him a loyal user, an OG of the protocol, a loyal user that deserves the airdrop. Trustless airdrops is a fun example. We're seeing a lot of teams right now that are just kind of creating their own airdrop criteria, and a lot of Sybil attacks and a lot of insider baseball where they're giving money to insiders. A truly trustless, truly fair airdrop would just look at your wallet's on-chain activity and say, did you do these certain events? If so, here's the tokens.
But it seems like the airdrop meta is has come to an end because particularly in the last 12 months,
I think so.
It has become is increasingly more difficult to become eligible for airdrops, and the projects users of projects have been dissatisfied with the airdrop criteria lately.
And that's just one example, right? It's a fun one, but I agree. I think the concept of airdrops is changing a lot right now, and the market is unhappy with the current meta. But that's just one example, right? We have tons more where different DeFi protocols need to ask questions about you as a wallet as you transact with them.
I want to dive more into that. Actually, can you it just makes it more easy to understand when you go through examples? Can you give few more examples of some use cases, right?
Yeah. Maybe it's a lending protocol. Right now on Aave, one of the most popular lending protocols, we all get the same borrow rate. If I borrow Ethereum, I get the same borrow rate as you do. If I borrow USDC, I have to pay the same APY that you have to pay. But if I've already paid off millions of dollars of loans on chain, maybe I should get a slightly better borrow rate because I've kind of proven that I have an on-chain credit score. I've kind of proven that I'm going to be a good actor and I'm going to pay off my loans. Well, using space and time, a lending protocol could ask space and time, hey, I've got a wallet trying to take out a loan. What's the volume of loans that wallet has already paid off? And if they've already paid off loans, maybe I'll give them a better borrow rate. Another example would be like an esports tournament where the winner gets $100,000 for winning the game. the gaming servers could stream data to space and time about what the gamers are doing in game, and then at the end, the smart contract could ask space and time, which gamer got the highest score, and double check a bunch of other things like, did they have a high kill count, how many bullets were fired, did they move around the map enough, etc. Finally, a good one is like options trading on chain. Options are really hard, whether it's perp derivative protocols, perps, or European settled options like traditional options. They all require a lot of data to know how to price these options correctly. With space and time, a smart contract can ask, hey, what's the average price of ZK Sync token, or what's the average price of Matic token over the last 30 days? Or give me a list of the end of day prices of every single day over the last 30 days so I can kind of calculate implied volatility. Finally, we have a lot of DeFi protocols that need to do staking and slashing, or DePIN networks that need to do staking and slashing. If I'm building like a Helium-style DePIN network, or an IONET-style DePIN network of a bunch of GPUs that are rented to the network by the community, how do I know which GPU completed which job and how much to reward the node operator for, or slash the node operator if they don't do a good job? A smart contract can query space and time once a day and say, give me a list of all nodes that have recently completed jobs and how much to reward them, and then reward them on chain.
Would you say there's an overlap between what you guys do and what Chainlink does?
A very small overlap. And in fact, we had a lot of conversations with the Chainlink team this week about that, because we both are building in close partnership. And the only overlap is Chainlink starting to do a little bit of work with like storing price feeds, storing data streams, and allowing their clients to kind of query that data with a little bit of history. Hey, what's the average price of Ethereum yesterday? Rather than just real-time price feeds, which Chainlink is known for. Our whole business is let smart contracts query any data from the chain, historical or real-time. Like let smart contracts run SQL to say what's the total volume of transactions that Scott's wallet has executed over the last 90 days. But there's a little bit of overlap in price feeds. I want to be real clear, space and time is not focused on super fast, super fresh data. If you just want the latest price of Solana token, Chainlink's a much, much better solution. They will always own that market, and they're really good at that. Space and time's more like asking bigger, broader analytic questions like, how has Solana token price changed over time?
How's the competition in this field, actually?
Yeah, good question. There's a lot of teams right now that have recently been funded or have recently kind of launched a testnet to build what's called ZK coprocessors. Sort of a new term in the space. All ZK coprocessor means is it's a GPU or a system that sits next to Ethereum and allows smart contracts on Ethereum to kind of offload storage and compute and ask questions that can be computed off-chain, but ZK proven back on-chain. And space and time is a ZK coprocessor. All these use cases, all these examples I just gave you were ZK coprocessor examples. Like a smart contract asking, hey, what's the total volume of transactions that Scott's wallet has executed in the last 90 days? A ZK coprocessor next to Ethereum would do the calculations and then build a proof, a cryptographic proof, a mathematical proof, a ZK proof, and return both back to the chain. Return the actual result, the answer, and the proof back to the chain. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is there's kind of a growing nascent market of ZK coprocessors right now that are building solutions like this. None that are really focused on the scale, the extreme scale of 100 terabytes from every major chain and allowing any kind of question to be asked with SQL. But there are a lot of teams building more generic ZK coprocessors that run Rust scripts or any arbitrary script to do a little bit of, process a little bit of data, but do a lot of calculations. It's on one hand, you might want to just look at the latest Ethereum block, but run some really complicated DeFi calculations, like calculate the implied volatility of an option using Black-Scholes. On the other hand, you have space and time, which is just SQL. You just run SQL like a normal database and process a lot of data, but the processing's not that complicated. Just find Scott's wallet, add up his total transactions, return it to the smart contract. You see the dichotomy there? Like most of the teams in the space are focused on a little bit of data, a lot of compute. We're focused on a lot of data and a little bit of compute and processing of it.
So let's talk about the AI component of SXT.
That's my favorite topic. We are delivering data not just to smart contracts to make them smarter, not just so that DeFi developers can build data-driven experiences on chain and allow their smart contracts to ask questions about the users that are transacting with them. But we also have a lot of teams building AI agents, like your assistant that helps you trade meme coins, your meme coin trading assistant, your on-chain DeFi lending expert that helps you take out the right loan, whatever it may be. It's like a nascent growing market of intent-based architectures. You as a user tell your intent. My intent is to buy some meme coins, and your AI agent helps you do that. Well, for these on-chain agents, these on-chain AI assistants to help traders and active crypto participants do what they need to do, they need a lot of data. They need a lot of context. Like, how does your AI agent know how to help you take out a loan if it doesn't have all the context and all the data about the current loan borrow rates and the different options? So giving real-time context to agents is important for us.
So can I go out and make my own custom AI agent using SXT chain or Space and Time?
You can use you can build your own AI agent that gets all of its data from Space and Time, gets all the context that it needs to transact on chain from Space and Time. It's just in an easier, more familiar format, both for human devs and for AIs to use to know what the heck is going on chain.
How do you evaluate the current crypto AI landscape? Because it's been a real hype this year, right?
Yeah.
So are blockchains really using AI, or is it just a hype? How do you evaluate it?
Yeah, it's a very nuanced answer. You asked literally, do blockchains use AI? The answer is no. There's no teams that are doing a good job of actually embedding LLM inference AI into the chain. But where I am very excited, where I'm very optimistic is kind of sovereign autonomous AI agents that control their own private key and have the ability to talk to their own group of community members, their own followers, their own their own partners essentially, and solicit funds. You could have an AI Twitch streamer that asks for donations and tips in crypto, and then also gives out rewards to the community for doing certain actions for them. You can have an AI that sort of controls and governs and has influence on a group of community members, and rewards them in crypto for the work that they do for the AI, AI overlord, if you will. The reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a lot of teams actually building in this direction. I do think this is a really important product market fit for blockchain and crypto in general. Smart contracts become a policy engine for how AI agents can use and spend and send money. Smart contracts become guardrails, financial guardrails that can govern how an AI agent's allowed to use the money you provided. If I have an AI agent that's helping me buy a flight to London, I would say, hey, it needs to be on Thursday, it needs to be in the morning, I want an aisle seat, I want, keep it under $2,000. And those are conditions that I've set. And when I give my AI some money to go buy the flight, I need to ensure that it followed those conditions. Now, imagine on chain. I want to set conditions around how many wallets it's allowed to send money to, or how much money it can send to any given wallet at any given time. I want to set conditions around, can it buy meme coins, or can it only buy blue chips like Ethereum and Bitcoin? Maybe I don't want my AI agent buying the GOAT meme coin, but I want it to buy Ethereum. So all these rules and parameters and policies that we as humans want to set for our AI agents, it's so conducive and it's so perfect to put that in a smart contract. It's the perfect use case for AI agents, not just to transact on chain. Even if they're just transacting with your credit card on the internet, have very tight rules and parameters around how they can use your credit card. And the reason blockchain becomes important is because it's not going to be your AI. It's going to be an AI built by another team that you leverage and you train and knows about you, but it's not, you don't own those servers. You're not literally in possession of the servers that are controlling that AI. And you may not own the private key either. So when you fund your AI assistant, you might need a smart contract to govern what your AI assistant does and make sure it can't be bad. It can't go off the rails. It can't use your money inappropriately.
So there won't be self-custody AIs, so to speak, or like it will be owned by someone else, but like you will have access to using it?
Yeah, great question. The servers that are powering that AI, like the GPUs where the AI, the brain of the AI won't be in your basement, will it? It'll be in the cloud, like it'll be on Google or Azure or AWS, right? Like it'll be a startup that you, like today, OpenAI, you use ChatGPT. It's not running in your basement.
Right, but like if you have like a 4090 or like some high quality hardware, can you run it?
Yeah, then there will be people that do, but come on, I'm talking about for the average person.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, are you running a 4090 cluster in your basement? If you are, that's awesome. I'm proud of you. And there will be incredible, like, of course you could self-custody your private key and you could self-custody the brain of your AI agent, and you could yourself just hard code very tight rules around how your AI agent spends your money. Mm-hmm. But let's be honest, that's not what the majority of users will do. And so smart contracts act as a trustless intermediary between you, your money, and the third-party AI host that runs your AI, so they can't go off the rails with your capital. Think about an AI hedge fund manager. You invest some of your capital in a meme coin trader hedge fund AI. And it picks the funniest meme coins and it buys them for you so you can make some money. Maybe you want some rules around that. Like, make sure it doesn't just send your money to one of its friends.
How is that different from like trading bots?
It's not. It's just more, it's sentient. Trading bots that are not, traditionally trading bots are machine learning processes that are looking at just raw data from financial markets. They're looking at price changes, volume changes, implied volatility changes, and just making very simple decisions, buy or sell. But with LLMs, with more sophisticated decision making, it's just a trading bot on steroids. Like a trading bot that could look at how funny the name of a meme coin is. That's a lot different than traditional trading bots.
For sure, yeah.
And if they have sort of sovereignty, if they have autonomous decision making, they could decide to launch their own coin, put all of your money into their own shit coin, and then rug you. So a smart contract sets rules around that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. And space and time captures all the data and feeds these AI bots, these trading bots with all the data they need. We are that stream of data.
So let's talk about SQL in blockchain context. So for a non-technical audience, can you break down space and time's proof of SQL tech?
Absolutely. All SQL is SQL. It's just a language to process data. Like literally select all wallets where wallet equals Scott's wallet and show me total volume of Scott's transactions. That's a SQL statement. And if you send that to space and time will give you back the answer. It's just a way to describe the data processing you want to do very succinctly, very quickly. Now, the whole world's business runs on SQL. Every business you've ever interacted with, every app on your phone, every bank you've put money into, every airline that you fly, all run their entire business on a SQL database. SQL is kind of a boring language. It's very business oriented, but it's powerful and it runs the world's business. And it's efficient for processing data. So we chose SQL and we built a ZK-proof specifically for SQL because we wanted it to be fast and we wanted it to be something developers are already very familiar with.
I wanted to talk about Microsoft's contributions as well. So Space and Time has had significant backing and collaboration with Microsoft. Can you possibly elaborate on the partnership with Microsoft and maybe start by mentioning the contributions Microsoft has made to SXT?
Yeah, they've been a great partner. And it's funny because when we first started chatting with Microsoft, some of the more crypto native partners that we worked with and backers were like, don't get in bed with Microsoft. They're very Web 2, they're very enterprise. Like, what are you doing? Just focus on DeFi. And we're like, no. Microsoft's gonna be a good partner. You just see. And this was actually really before the real AI craze. This is like mid 2022 when we first started chatting with Microsoft, right before everyone was really knew about GPT, right before everyone really was using Chat GPT and like knew about LLMs and knew that Microsoft was going to be a leading player in this space. But we just saw that they were really interested in crypto. In fact, the original introduction to Microsoft was just because they were looking at Chainlink. Like they were looking to partner up with some of the larger, more trusted data companies in crypto. And since their backing and their partnership, they've introduced us to a lot of institutional customers, like big enterprises that now are customers of Space and Time. They've done a lot of co-engineering with us. We actually built some AI tools with Microsoft Azure's engineers. Like today, we're actually right now co-engineering sort of a way to bring GPT-5 on chain when it comes out soon with Microsoft right now. So like they're not just like introducing us to potential customers, but they're also helping us build. And they've been a really good partner in that sense. And I think that they are very interested in crypto in general and like want to offer better crypto tools, but they have to kind of keep a little bit of a safe distance from crypto for regulatory reasons too. Mm-hmm. But who knows?
Just looking ahead, what is the ultimate vision for SXT Chain? How do you see it evolving in the next few years, especially as AI and blockchain continue to converge?
Yeah, I think one of the main things which I mentioned a minute ago was new product market fit, a new use case for blockchain where smart contracts be this like guardrails for how AI agents spend your money. That's going to be really important. I think that DeFi will evolve a lot. Like today, like I said, a lending protocol can't ask a question as basic as, have you already paid off some loans on chain in order to give you a better borrow rate? That will change with tools like Space and Time. Space and Time will usher in a new era of very data-driven, sophisticated smart contracts that know about you as a wallet as you transact with them. And that'll be a big change for DeFi, right? People building it opens up the design space for DeFi developers a lot. And I think those two areas, right? AI agents with smart contracts as guardrails or policies, and data-driven DeFi on chain where people build more great, who knows what the kind of crazy stuff people are going to build once you can use data on chain. So we're really excited. Finally, I just think crypto is going to be more prevalent. Like I think the youngest generation loves crypto and they love meme coins, and that's never going to change. Like you're not going to see a 19-year-old go buy Berkshire Hathaway shares. They're going to go buy GOAT or Luna or some meme coin that's popular right now.
So as we start wrapping up, do you have any final words and insights you'd like to leave our audience with?
Yeah, we final words. We just announced testnet. The SXT Chain testnet just launched yesterday here at the SmartCon event in Hong Kong, and we really appreciate Chainlink for hosting us and like giving us this kind of podium to talk about our chain. And I think that there's a lot of like, there's this fun crypto Twitter kind of meme that's like pivot to AI or pivot to, if you're in AI, pivot to crypto. If you're in crypto, pivot to AI. But more and more what I'm seeing is the lines will get blurred. You need both. Like you don't have to be in crypto or be in AI. Building both together is the right mesh. Like build AI agents that use crypto. That will be the future. And I'm excited to be building in this space.
Fantastic. Well, Scott, great to chat with you. This was a really interesting conversation. Looking forward to what comes with SXT Chain and wishing you the best of luck.
Thanks so much for having me.